Okay, time now for our daily fact-checking segment, Truth or Fake, and I'm joined for that by James Creedon. Hello, James.
Hi, Tom.
Now, let's begin with a story that's been getting a lot of attention all over the world. We broke it here on France 24 yesterday evening, and it's been very much in our news today. A Russian TV journalist who protested on live television in Russia about the war in Ukraine.
That's right. Let's show the pictures for those who haven't already seen this. Her name is Marina Skankova. Let's hope
Don't ask me. My Russian pronunciation's no
That's
better.
an approximative pronunciation. Anyway, she's a producer for Channel 1, a Russian state-owned television, state-run television. In any case, she appeared on TV. You might have seen the images running there with a placard against the war. She is herself half Ukrainian, so is personally invested in this whole situation and clearly feeling very passionate about not wanting this war, no war. And indeed, of course, the very word war and invasion is something that media have been strongly advised to avoid using, and indeed with a risk of up to 15 years in prison in some cases. In any case, the amount of attention that this story got has seen a huge proliferation of fake accounts on social media claiming to be the real Marina Skankova. And but in fact, Tom, if you just to give you an extent of look, if you just type in her name there, Marina, just the first few letters of her surname, you have a massive amount of accounts claiming to represent her, and indeed some of those accounts actually link to lychee fundraising sort of initiatives. This one didn't get a huge amount of attention, but there are many other examples. This one is supposedly set up by the lawyer for Marina Skankova, and needless to say, these accounts are scams and they're fakes. Now, we have seen in the past number of weeks other examples of this on TikTok as well. Grainy sort of videos with the sounds of sirens blaring in the background. I think you might have one example here of a video that we showed a couple of weeks back. In any case, images claiming to be streaming footage effectively from the front line in various different situations, and then offering people the opportunity of donating money to go towards those affected by the war in Ukraine. Needless to say, the vast majority of those accounts and lychee accounts and whatnot are scams. Just playing on people's emotions and pity. Yeah.
Depressing, isn't it? I think people are trying to profiteer from that tragedy. Now, staying with Ukraine, there's a video that surfaced, and it seems to show the Ukrainian President Zelensky singing a duet with his wife. I'm sceptical about this one, James.
He might have better things to be doing at the moment, or at least other things to be doing. The Hindustan Times has picked up on this amongst other media. Let's take a look at the video in question, and we should have some sound on that. It's quite a well-known song, and it's performed here by a band called Boyce Avenue, quite big some time back, and Alejandro is the main singer there. Now, Alejandro does bear somewhat of a resemblance to President Zelensky of Ukraine. I mean, not massive, but at this time in this music video, it's not a million miles away. Now, in any case, just to show you needless to say, there's no deep fake going on here. This is just somebody who happens to look a little bit like the Ukrainian president. And, you could argue that there's some vague similarity also with the female singer in that video. And
Show us him again? Yeah, vaguely.
You wouldn't have fallen into this trap, but other people might have, right? I mean, I think there is something. Well,
I think the two of them looking somewhat like each other and then being together is the thing that makes it even more improbable.
True, but would they be singing Endless Love in a duet in the midst of war?
No. Unlikely.
In any case, some fell into it, right? It just seems odd to me, says one commentator on Twitter, that your country is being bombed. PR pieces are coming out to make him look like a choir boy, Zelensky in uniform, Zelensky and his wife singing Endless Love. So the fact that he has indeed seized on the opportunity to I suppose, engage in hybrid warfare and information warfare and very political communications savvy might lead some to think that this is another sort of trick from the communications playbook, but highly unlikely. In fact, just not true.
Yeah, I think he's probably a bit too good at comms to know not to sing Endless Love now, of all moments. And finally, there's a story about a journalist who's died twice. What's this about?
Well, as this particular website says, Bernie Gores has had a rough life, killed in action at least 2 times. The first time in Afghanistan when he was executed by the Taliban. This week, Bernie Gores has been killed during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Look, just to very quickly sum this up, these were fake accounts. You can see here with the CNN Ukraine, he was supposedly a CNN journalist, CNN Afghanistan. Unverified accounts, you usually have a blue tick after accounts for official media like that. So these were fake accounts set up, and indeed this particular non-existent individual passed away twice.
Okay.
Some might have come across Bernie Gores as well. It's a sort of a fake name used by online gamers. Also has actually a racist connotation, but that's not relevant to this particular story.
Yeah, and CNN wouldn't have put apostrophes in the wrong place as well. Look out for those apostrophes to check if something's real or not.
Absolutely.
Bernie's family wouldn't have the apostrophe after the S.
I'm sure they would.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks,
James
Tom.
Creedon, thank you for today's edition of Truth or Fate.